I really believe the Bitcoin is having some kind of pattern or cycle that we can follow. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This is Charlie Lin. Not just that, I'm also going to talk about what's new with the L7 Antminer. And lastly, I want to talk to you about some of the meetings that I had with some of the people here in Miami that did mining or are still doing mining. Okay, so the second topic I want to talk about today is the L7 Antminer. So about the L7 Antminer, I want to talk about what has happened in the past few weeks for this miner, and secondly, what we should do about it. So what happened with this Antminer L7 in the past few weeks is that the price of this miner has experienced significant ups and downs because the value of the Dogecoin really mooned to the top when Elon Musk decided to acquire Twitter company. And I know today Elon Musk is deciding to sack a lot of their employees. Okay, so what happened before the Dogecoin went to the moon? The price of the L7 Antminer was really good. And I actually got a customer in the Middle East that managed to secure one of those best deals of the L7 9050 mega hash. But then immediately the event happened about the Dogecoin and the Twitter company. So the miner went up by 2,000, 3,000 in the following days or weeks. So my customer in the Middle East did something really smart. He didn't fall for that. He waited. And I also asked him to wait. Let's not fall for these high prices. Let's wait a little bit more to see what's going to happen next. Because when the price goes too high, it is the most likely to crash again. And exactly in the past 1 week, the price has gone back to a normal level. Well, it's still a little higher than the previous low, but it's still much better than the moment when Dogecoin mooned to the top. Okay, after finding out about what has happened in the past few weeks for the L7 Antminer, right now I'm going to talk about what should we do about it. The first thing that we can do about this miner is that we should not fall for these high prices when they go up and up. We should not chase the highs, we should chase the lows, okay? If the miner's prices gone up, it's because the distributors want to gamble with you, because they want to take advantage of your fear of the price going up. So they up the price and it has actually made you feel more scared. And that should not happen. On the opposite, we should control their fear as well. So when they put up too high prices, we go patient, okay? We don't buy the bill. We wait until the price becomes better. And the second thing we can do about the L7 Antminer is that we should try to understand and get updated on the supply and demand of this particular miner or any other miner that we want. While the model of L7 Antminer has multiple different versions from the hash rate of 8050 megahash all the way up to 9,500 megahash, we should get updated on which of these models makes more sense in terms of per megahash cost. For example, in the past few weeks, I think the 8800 megahash has been a really good deal because the cost has been much better than the 9050 megahash, because the 9050 megahash model somehow has become the best seller. So you should not be after some model that everyone is after, because in that case, you are going to be most likely at the mercy of the distributors or even the manufacturers. So if you have a chance, try to ask your ASIC miner vendors what they think is the most balanced option and make your decisions that you don't regret the most. Okay, the third subject I want to cover today is about my meetings here in Miami with some of the people that did or do mining. Okay, first of all, my meeting with my brother, the guy that brought me into Bitcoin and the ASIC miner business. Okay, so this guy is so big onto Bitcoin that he thinks the Bitcoin is more valuable than anything else in the market, including real estate, properties, stocks, and any other things. That's the reason he has kept most of his wealth in form of bitcoins instead of fiat money. He thinks we should never regret buying bitcoin at a high price because the bitcoin is definitely going to come back. It's just a matter of time. It can take 3 years, 2 years, but we know it's going to come back, and we know it's going to come back like a victor. It will definitely be doubled, tripled. It's just a matter of time. It can be really quick and it can be really late. What matters is not the price that you bought the Bitcoin at, it is how many Bitcoins you really have. Because we cannot predict the movement of Bitcoin over the time. However, I have a personal response to him. It is, I really believe the Bitcoin is having some kind of pattern or cycle that we can follow. So this suggestion is from Mr. Fan, the guy that does immersion cooling containers and boxes, and he told me he has made a lot of money in manipulating these cycles. Okay, so when we're talking about this, Mr. Fan really believes the Bitcoin could probably further crash. And probably the biggest crash is going to happen around the Chinese New Year. Maybe it's because the most people that own Bitcoin are still from China and they need money for their Spring Festival, so they need to get a lot of cash from their Bitcoin. I don't know the reason, but he thinks the lowest low has not come yet. Oh, I also asked my friend what he thinks about mining. Should anyone be mining at all? Okay, so here is his response. He thinks no one should be really mining without much thinking. Okay, you should do mining only when you trust you get really good price for the machines and also really good price for the electricity. When you have both of this, you can start mining. If not, you should think more carefully. And he thinks at the current stage, we're better off buying the cryptocurrencies instead of buying the miners because it is really hard to catch the lowest low for the ASIC miners, and also the hardest part may be getting cheap electricity. Okay, the second interesting person I want to talk to you about that I met here in Miami is a miner from Colorado. He happened to need to visit his mother here in Miami, so he came over here, and in the same time, he can catch a meeting with me, and I feel really happy about that. Okay, this miner friend bought from me multiple S19 Pro 110 terahash machines many months ago at a really high price when the market was still bullish. However, he doesn't seem to be too much regretful about his earlier decisions because he's a Bitcoin maximist. He believes eventually the Bitcoin bull run is coming. So this miner from Colorado really believes the Bitcoin is the only valuable asset to invest in, and he believes the Bitcoin is definitely going to come back fully. Oh, for this miner friend, I had probably wanted to meet him more than he wanted to meet me because he was among one of the first few customers that I had ever since I started YouTubing about ASIC miners. To express my gratitude and appreciation for his trust and business, I give him a really handsome gift. I'm not going to tell you what the gift is today, but if I tell you, everyone will be envious. Although I'm sure he's not buying more miners in the near future, but I really just see him as my brother. I believe we will stay as friends and brothers, just like I do with the guy that brought me into Bitcoin mining. Okay, the third meeting I think I need to talk to you about is my meeting with one of the resellers of ASICs here in Miami. Okay, this reseller is not a big company. They're pretty much similar to me. They tell me they more would like to help the small guys that want to do mining because they know for sure the big guys, the big miners don't need them. The big guys can buy the miners from the company of Bitmain at a good price by themselves. And that's the meaning of my channel as well. I don't think the big miners will be watching my videos, or maybe they're watching but they will never reach out to me. And I believe there is a lot of meaning in just helping the small guys. Because when we help the small guys, they will help us. And to help the small miners is also more fitting into the idea of decentralized mining. Okay, I also want to tell you about their strategies in mining and the ASIC miner business. Today, in the bearish market, they are no longer stalking ASIC miners like they used to do in the last year in the bullish run, because they think there is a high risk in doing this. They only buy miners when they receive orders from the customers. But one thing is for sure, they look like very bullish on the Bitcoin and the future on mining. And they have never stopped buying more Bitcoins. And in that perspective, I really identify with them because I'm probably more bullish than them in the bearish market. I've spent a lot more money in the bearish market than a few months ago. I've upgraded my equipment for filming and I've come to the USA to visit customers, hopefully to meet some crypto miner YouTubers as well. I'm more confident than ever before about this ASIC miner business and also about the future of mining. Okay, maybe this is pretty much about what I want to share with you today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.